Welcome to 50 Plus in Montgomery County, a program that is a voice for many, produced by the Commission on Aging, of which I'm a community member. This show is insightful for people of all ages, and each episode takes a fresh look at important issues by spotlighting older adults in the community, representatives of services and programs, and activities of interest to older adults. My name is Katie. On this month's show, we're going to talk about villages. You may recall that last month we commemorated the 20th anniversary of the Village movement. This month, we'll go more in depth and discuss how these local volunteer-led grassroots organizations aim to serve the community members and those who choose to age in place. Joining me today to highlight the groundbreaking work of local villages is Doug Gaddis. He is the executive director of the Silver Spring Village. Doug grew up in an intergenerational family and has a wealth of knowledge with over 30 years of experience working in the nonprofit sector, including 19 years of those at a disability-focused group. Also, an interesting fact about Doug is that he sang backup for Diana Ross. Doug, how are you today?
I'm great, thanks. It's funny you mentioned Diana Ross. I just want to set the record straight that it was a single gig performance for President Obama. So it's not as if I were a roadie on some sort of cross-country tour.
Thank you for doing that. Doug, tell us what a village is. What's the basic premise that makes it a small nonprofit?
Well, sure. There are nearly 300 senior villages in the United States, and about 10% of them are right here in Montgomery County. No two villages are alike, but a characteristic we all share is that we're conceived as intentional communities where people care about and support one another. In a traditional social services nonprofit, the distinction between staff or volunteers who provide help and the clients who receive help is often very pronounced, and that can create a really uncomfortable situation for everyone. The concept of reciprocity, the giving and receiving of friendship and practical help is key to the village model. An important takeaway for viewers is to understand that villages are not places. We're not senior living communities or assisted living facilities. Our goal is always to support older adults who wish to continue living in the homes and neighborhoods of their choice and to be fully engaged in their communities as they age.
Now, Doug, what type of services do villages provide?
Every village is different, of course, but generally the supports that villages offer can be broken down into three major areas. First, there are the services that support independent living, transportation, help with routine household tasks, errands, check-in calls, emergency preparedness. Those are the kinds of things that help make aging safe at home. Secondly, there are the services that reduce loneliness and isolation. And those are two conditions that are proven to drastically increase the odds of serious illness such as heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and dementia, and to hasten premature death. Villages support regular social groups that are self-organized by members, lunch groups, happy hours, and so much more. And because villages are typically small, the social benefits spill over into non-village life. When you go to the grocery store, for example, you're likely to encounter a fellow villager and stop for a quick chat. Those are the things that make aging at home enjoyable and emotionally healthy. And finally, there are the services that keep minds and bodies active and engaged. Guest speaker series, discussions about challenging topics, cultural outings, walking groups, yoga groups. Of course, those all also have a huge social component, and they're the things that offer the opportunity for aging to be a rewarding and exciting adventure, a sort of capstone to a life's trajectory.
Now tell us about the Silver Spring Village.
Silver Spring Village began in 2013, and we are now Montgomery County's largest village. We have 242 members, a number that grows just about every week, so I always have to check my notes on that, and over 100 volunteers. We support residents in zip code 20910, which is the downtown core of Silver Spring and adjoining neighborhoods, zip code 20901, which extends all the way out to White Oak, the Kemp Mill portion of 20902, and the part of 20815 east of Rock Creek Park. In the last year, we provided more than 3,000 volunteer services and presented nearly 650 social, educational, recreational, and cultural activities of the sorts I mentioned earlier. Because of our size and experience, we're sometimes able to offer programs that are challenging for smaller or younger villages. For example, we're currently participating in 2 national demonstration projects, one that supports members as they undertake a defined program of reading, writing, and math exercises that show promise for slowing or possibly even reversing cognitive impairments that can lead to dementia, and another that provides one-on-one technology coaching using a customized curriculum specially developed for older learners and volunteer coaches. And of course, we are so committed to reflecting the diversity of our surrounding community, not just in terms of race and ethnicity, but also of income, sexual or gender identity, and more. Everyone is valued. And though our effort in diversity is a work in progress, we seek always to express that in the makeup of our leadership and membership and in the content of our programming.
Doug, in a place where everybody is valued, how can one join your village or become a volunteer?
Oh, that's simple. Just call us or email us. Either of those options will get you to the right staff or volunteer leader to talk with about either joining or volunteering, or even both. Whether you're 50, 75, or 100, we have something exciting to offer you as a member. Full membership, the level that provides unlimited access to all of our programming, including volunteer provided services, is available to residents of the areas I mentioned earlier. But residents of any neighborhood inside or outside those zip codes can enjoy our social, educational, recreational, and cultural offerings by joining as associate members. The cost of membership ranges from $150 to $450 a year, depending on whether you're joining as an individual or a couple, and on the membership level that you select. We also offer fee reductions of up to 80% for persons who are income qualified. And finally, we have a great deal for those who aren't quite sure if the village is for them. You can join as an associate member on a trial basis at absolutely no cost. After 3 months, you can decide if it's right for you. If it is, great, you're welcome. If not, you can walk away having invested nothing but a little curiosity. And we also offer amazing opportunities for volunteers 18 and older. Our model is super flexible. So as a volunteer, you can help how you want, when you want, and where you want.
Well, Doug, I have enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much. I really like hearing your passion about building community rather, and the way that you see villages progressing in the future. So thanks again.
And thanks for the opportunity to share about Montgomery County's senior villages and what we're doing in Silver Spring and beyond.
Up next, we'll talk with Sylvia Saunders, who is the founder and president of the East County Village Seniors. Welcome back to 50 Plus in Montgomery County. Joining me is Sylvia Saunders, who is the founder and president of the East County Village Seniors. Sylvia is a retired technical and proposal writer, and she loves helping people. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, Katie. And thank you.
Sylvia, tell me about your village.
East County Village Seniors was incorporated in 2015 and organized as an all-volunteer senior group a year or so. I should say loosely organized, but anyway, we started with about 10 people from the Senior Fit program at East County Community Center to start a service provider directory of honest, reliable service providers. After hearing about a senior who was financially ripped off by unscrupulous woodchucks who roamed neighborhoods scamming seniors on home repairs, we wanted to age in place and realized the best protection would be a directory of service providers that we could trust, who were reasonable and recommended by reliable sources. In addition, for those odd jobs around the house, we wanted to offer the non-professional youth who came to the center a chance to earn a little money. We wanted to do yard work, snow shoveling, or helping us do small jobs around the house. Unfortunately, that never really came to fruition as their director was transferred to another facility and the youth were gone. However, once we were informed by the awesome Pazit Aviv, village coordinator, I should say, Aging and Disability Services, that we had formed a village, the ball started rolling. We added health and wellness classes sponsored by Holy Cross Hospital to our agenda. Senior Fit was already there, and Pazit put us in contact with other youth directors and available county resources to keep us safe and informed. We did receive an orientation on social media from the youth, but that went in one ear and out the other. It was just above our heads. Anyway, all services are free as we do not charge fees and we do not offer transportation or other services that require fees. We are a source for resources. Our membership consists of seniors 62 plus. However, we have friends not so mature in their 50s who are invited to share in East County Village Senior classes, events, and activities. We do not discriminate, so all ages, so all are welcome, regardless of race, ethnicity, religious affiliation, or any other petty bias, as long as they are empathetic, caring, respectful, and willing to share themselves by bringing their talents to ECVS to empower the organization. Our members and friends come from Montgomery and Prince George's counties. Most importantly, we have acquired some amazing partners. For example, We Build Together, whose volunteers provide free home repairs, such as making homes handicap accessible and energy efficient. Holy Cross Hospital provides health and wellness classes, now all virtually. Elder Safe now offers virtual orientations, activities, and events on safety and elder abuse. St. Andrew's, the Lutheran Church, a faith-based organization that provides loaner medical equipment and qualified home health aides at reasonable rates. Montgomery County and the state also provide services and assistance to keep seniors safe and secure in their homes. For example, Office of Consumer Protection, keeping seniors safe, and fire safety and injury prevention presentations, as well as legal orientations.
Sylvia, that's very interesting. Now, can you tell me what are some of your favorite aspects about being a part of a village?
It's a feeling of being a part of something more than your little world, a feeling of community, of caring about others. That's what a village is about. You get together because you have a common interest to support and help yourself as well as others like yourself. Being a part of this village, I have met more and established more friendships with so many awesome people, young and old.
I like that, the ability to connect with others and establish friendships. Now, can you briefly tell me, do you have any challenges as a local village?
Well, the pandemic set us back a little. We lost our website, had no Zoom access of our own, and were without a home base for over 2 years, and those were about the only obvious challenges I'm aware of, that affected us as a village. But they did not break our spirit. We still had email. With the acquisition of many Willow Manor residents, in addition to some of the original village seniors gathering for a meet and greet at Willow Manor, and a Medicare made simple virtual presentation by a representative from Care First in November, followed by an OCP, Office of Consumer Protection presentation, and a business meeting in December with the new executive director of Senior Connection, which is a free ride-sharing service. As guest speaker, there is an infusion of renewed energy and ideas from seniors who want to break out and start doing again. And these presentations are just the beginning. Several members have requested assistance with their electronic devices. And the biggest problem is finding someone now who can help. In the past, help came in the summer when the youth were out of school from the Department of Recreation. Well, who wants to wait that long? I used to teach data processing before I became a proposal specialist and technical writer, but that was a long time ago, many, many, many years ago. And before the internet, electronics, social media, and everything else. But now I need help too.
Well, Sylvia, this has been a really great conversation. Can you tell me in 30 seconds or less, how can we stay in contact with you?
Well, since we don't have a website anymore, you can contact with me via email. It's always email.
All right, we'll make sure that we provide that email address to those watching at the bottom of the screen. Thank you again for the opportunity to talk, and I look forward to connecting with you again in the future.
Thank you so much, Katie.
Up next, we will talk with both Dana Robinson and Pat Matthews of the Village of Takoma Park. Welcome back to 50 Plus in Montgomery County. Joining me is Dana Robinson and Pat Matthews of the Village of Takoma Park. Pat is the Vice President and serves on the Membership and Diversity Committees. Dana is a board member and chair of membership. Pat, let's start with you. Tell me about your village.
All right, gladly. Our village was founded in 2014. I think encouraged by concerned members of our community. We have two large senior citizens complexes in the city, in the heart of the city of Takoma Park. This is why this concern came up. We cater to those 55 years and older. Our mission is to supply support to our seniors and to the people with disabilities who wish to remain active in the community. We rely on grants and donations, and we also have an annual membership fee as well. We are a nonprofit organization. Our membership fee is $25. And if anyone wants to join that maybe finds that that's a hardship, and that's fine, then what we do is we waive that because we want participation. The services that we provide are transportation to doctor's offices, churches on Sunday. We run errands, do small home repairs, as well as events that we sponsor at all times, especially during the pandemic. We had a lot of very, very interesting Zoom events. One of them I can recall was a oldies but goodies, Motown special. That was really special. And that lifted lifted everybody's spirits during the hard times that we were going through.
Now, Dana, can you tell us a little bit more, about the educational services and programs that are provided at the Village of Takoma Park?
Yes. First off, thank you for having us. Appreciate that. With respect to some of the programs and educational, cultural things that we do, we have an Aging Well events program which is currently doing all virtual, but we do presentations about issues or concerns that are very pertinent to seniors. For example, like estate planning and wills. What are the sorts of important papers and legal documents you should have? We try to educate them about scams and how to look out for scams and protect themselves against scams. So those are some of the examples of the Aging Well events. Then they will do cultural out. Well, we have been doing cultural out, and we are hoping to resume that. Whenever COVID lets us resume anything. But those would be where we maybe take trips. They would go to the botanical gardens or to museums or other exhibits, things of this sort, even plays, I think they've done on occasion. Then there's a walking group that happens twice a month where we have seniors gather in Southern Creek Park, and weather permitting, we take a walk as a group, through the park, just as a way to get out and get about. And then again, this is sadly been curtailed, but we do have been having some social gatherings for people, things like ice cream socials or a picnic. The Asian Well events used to be, live and in person, but like I said, because of COVID, all of those sorts of activities and endeavors. So even there was a period of time where we weren't able to give rides for a while. We do a small home repairs because we couldn't go into anyone's home. But we were able to support people by doing friendly phone calls, doing errands for them, like if they needed prescriptions or grocery pickup, we could do that for them and deliver it to their home. And then as things progressed, well, first also initially we were able to provide some masks to several seniors. Actually, we had a member who made about 200 masks and actually donated that to seniors. So we were very grateful for that. But then as I was about to say, as things progressed, we were able to help seniors arrange to get vaccines. And we were actually able to provide rides for them to and from vaccine appointments. And most recently, we are now able to offer free at-home COVID tests to seniors and masks for them at this time.
Thank you for sharing that, Dana. Now, Pat, can you tell us in a minute or less, what are the accomplishments you are proud of at the Village of Takoma Park?
I'm going to tell you, during the COVID, people being shut in for COVID, we made a very, very, very big effort to keep in touch with our seniors during that time. We would call them once a week, twice a week to find out if they needed anything, if they needed medicine or food. I like the fact that we kept close contact with them to make sure that they were, because that was a scary time for everyone. But to keep their morale up and to still let them know that we're there, no matter whatever you need.
Now, Dana, I'd like for you to close us out and just briefly tell us your favorite aspect of being a part of a village and also how we can stay in contact with both you and Pat.
Okay. Part of my favorite aspects, first I would like to echo the sentiment that Pat expressed, that I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to rally in a way. It was definitely a challenge, but to provide some level of support to our seniors during this time of COVID. Part of my favorite aspect, and in all honesty, the primary reason why I even joined the village to begin with, is being able to give rides to seniors. I really look forward to those opportunities. We have just a fascinating group of seniors and people here in Takoma Park. And it really allows us an opportunity to meet them that I may not otherwise, get to meet. And it just feels good because you're providing a good service, that you're really being a great help. So that's probably my most favorite aspect of being a member of the village.
And how can we stay in contact with both of you?
So we have a Gmail account. We have Village of TP@gmail.com. So you can send emails and messages there. We also have a phone number, 301-646-2109. And then I would also strongly encourage people to go to our home website, which is villageoftacomapark.com. And there they can just get access to any and all information about the Village of Takoma Park. There's several menu items and links on that page that people can explore and take a look at. And it also allows them to be able to join if they wish or donate. Those are probably the primary ways to keep in touch or to contact us, to get us.
Thank you for that, Dana. And I really appreciate Pat, you coming on, and Dana, you coming on and speaking with us and telling us about the Village of Takoma Park. Hopefully in the future, we can have you back on.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, thank you as well.
Well, that concludes our program for today on the Village Movement in Montgomery County, which is instrumental in supporting community members safely aging in place, offering services including transportation, assistance with household tasks, and gatherings to promote social activities. As you can see, the voices of those 50 plus matter every day and in every way. To learn more about services for seniors in Montgomery County, please visit the Montgomery County Seniors website by visiting montgomerycountymd.gov/senior or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching 50 Plus in Montgomery County.